Right now, somewhere, someone is refreshing an investing app on their phone, watching a number move, believing, quietly, that this is how they finally get rich. Here's what the data says happens to the people who believe that the hardest. In 1991, a discount brokerage handed researchers the account data of 66,465 households. Real trades. Real money. 6 years of it. The economists sorted everyone by how often they traded. The most active group, the ones checking, buying, selling, convinced they were getting ahead, earned 11.4% a year. The market, doing nothing, earned 17.9%. The harder they tried, the more they lost. That's not a fluke year. That's the average, across 6 years, across tens of thousands of real accounts. The study has a title that doesn't leave much room for interpretation. Trading is hazardous to your wealth. And yet, every day, millions of people open an app on their phone, watch a number move, and believe that number is their way to getting rich. Here are the economists again. Barber and Terrance Odean, UC Davis, and Barclay. The year 2000. The Journal of Finance. They didn't just look at the extremes. They looked at everyone. As a group, individual investors underperformed the market by 3.7% a year. Not because the market is rigged. Because of one specific, human habit: overtrading. Buying. Selling. Reacting. Convinced that doing something is better than doing nothing. Barber and Odean traced it to a single cause: overconfidence. People trade the most when they're most sure they're right. They're almost never more wrong. Here's the part that makes it stranger. The version of investing that actually works, reliably, historically, isn't trading at all. It's an index fund. Just owning the entire market, and doing nothing. That idea is barely 50 years old. August 31st, 1976. A man named John Bogle launched something called the First Index Investment Trust. He wanted to raise somewhere between $50 and $150 million. He raised 11. Wall Street mocked it. Reporters mocked it. They called it Bogle's Folly. The pitch was almost insulting in its simplicity. Stop trying to beat the market. Just buy all of it, and wait. Before 1976, that strategy, the one now proven to beat almost every stock picker over time, wasn't even available to ordinary people. It was institutional only. And here's the part almost nobody connects. The stock market itself is only 424 years old. 1602. The Dutch East India Company sells the first public shares in history. Article 10 of its charter. Any resident of the Netherlands could buy in. Democratic, on paper, from day one. But any resident could buy shares, and any resident had money to buy shares are two very different sentences. For almost the entire 400 years since, investing wasn't a path to getting rich. It was something rich people did with money they already had. So walk the timeline. Public shares. 424 years old. An index fund an ordinary person could actually buy. 50 years old. A phone app that lets you trade that fund in 3 seconds. Anytime. Anywhere. About 15 years old. What's ancient is the dream of getting rich from money making money. What's brand new is the tool in your hand that makes you feel like you're finally close enough to touch it. That tool wasn't built to make you rich. It was built to make you trade. Every trade you make is a transaction fee, a spread, a moment of overconfidence for someone else's business model. None of this means investing is pointless. Index funds, held for decades, without touching them, are still one of the most reliable wealth-building tools that has ever existed for ordinary people. Bogle was right about that. Nobody's saying to keep your money under a mattress. But investing and trading get sold as the same word, and they are not the same behavior. And only one of them is what actually built the wealth in most of the millionaire households researchers have studied. Usually, it wasn't stock picking. It was a business, a salary, decades of not touching the account. So the question probably isn't whether investing can make you rich. Some version of it, over decades, quietly, can. The real question is whether you can stand owning something and doing absolutely nothing, while the number on the screen tells you, every single day, that you should.
Quick and honest before you go. If stuff like this messes with your head a little, that's kind of the point. If you want more of it, subscribe. It genuinely helps a channel this size keep making them. And tell me in the comments, did any of this surprise you? Or did you already know?